Hi everyone. Today in the lecture video we are going to understand joint probability distribution. So in our previous videos we have learned probability distribution, binomial Poisson distribution. Kindly go through those concepts before going for the joint probability distribution. So here we are going to relate two variables. So it is called joint probability distribution. Instead of one variable, we will be having two variables whose characteristics are going to be studied here. So along with this, we will be studying discrete random variables, expectation, covariance and correlation coefficient in related to joint probability distribution. That is what we are going to see in this session. So first one is joint probability function, or it is also called mass function. So where we have two variables, says x and y, capital X and y, be the two-dimensional discrete random variable, okay, with respect to xi, yj, where I varies from 1, 2, 3, so on. Similarly, j varies from 1, 2, 3, so on. Then the function, since it's a probability function, we denote it as P of joint probability. So it is two variable, which can be written as probability of capital X is equal to xi and capital Y is equal to yj, is called probability mass function. Okay, as we already stated in probability, the two mandatory conditions are probability of these two variables whose value should always be greater than or equal to 0. Similarly, since we are dealing with discrete, summation I and summation j, probability function has to be equal to 1. It is similar to what we have done with probability with random variable of one variable. Next comes marginal probability function. This is nothing but finding the individual probability distribution, finding the individual probability distribution is called marginal probability function. That means we have two variables here, x and y. So finding their marginal values. For example, if I am finding for x, P represents a probability x of xi can be written as sum of j is equal to 1 up to infinity P of xi, yj. Similarly, if you want to find marginal probability for y, then P capital Y of y is equal to summation I is equal to 1 to infinity P of xi, yj. Remember, when you're solving for x, the summation is for j, and if you're solving for y, the summation is for I. This is how you can find the marginal probability function. Next comes independent random variables. As the name indicate, their event doesn't depend on each other. So it's an independent process. In that case, you have to find probability of xi, yj has independent probabilities into py of yj. Next definition is expectation. In probability, the expectations are nothing but the mean representation. So if you are finding individual expectation of x and expectation of y, you can also write it as mean. So if you are finding the expectation of x, that is E of x, which can be written as summation xi into px of xi. If you are finding for y, expectation is summation yj py of yj. It is same as finding mean. Next comes covariance. If capital X and capital Y are two random variables defined on the same sample space, then covariance, we also write as COV of X comma Y. There is a two form. One is expectation EX into Y minus E capital X into capital Y. Similarly, we have another formula, covariance of X comma Y, which is equal to capital E of X minus E of X into Y minus E of Y. So which is easier for you while computing, you can use it. So here we have a simple question to make you understand with the concept. So they have given the probability, joint probability table, okay, X versus Y, and they have asked the series of questions. So we'll start solving the series of questions one by one. So the first one is the marginal distribution. So already in our definition we have defined the marginal distribution. If you're solving for X, remember your summation will be taken for Y. If you're solving for Y, the summation will be taken for X. So when it comes to marginal, it's better you can redraw the diagram. So you can see the same question I have copied on with extra one row and one column has been included here. So here I'll be showing both marginal distribution of X and as well as Y. So when it comes to marginal, P capital X of X will be taken here and P capital Y of Y will be considered here. So you are supposed to add the value because it is summation of GI. So start adding all these values. So when you add it up, the answer will be 1 by 2. Similarly, start adding all these value. So your answer will be 1 by 2. You can cross verify it. Now when it comes to Y, you need to add it up vertically. So when you add it up vertically, what we get? It's 1 by 8 plus 1 by 4. So the answer will be 3 by 8. Now vertically you can add it up. 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 is again 3 by 8. 1 by 8, 1 by 8 will be 1 by 4. So you can also verify whether your answer is right or not. You can add up the value, that is 3 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 1 by 4 will be 1. 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 will also be 1. This satisfies the second condition of probability. So you can make a clear idea here. I have added 1 by 8 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8. That gives the marginal value P capital X of X. Vertically you add, you will get the value of Py of Y. This is how you have to determine the marginal distributions of X or marginal distributions of Y. The next question is, this will help you to find the other parameters also. So the next question is E of X and E of Y. Those are nothing but the expectation, or it is called as mean. So E of X, when you are calculating, it is sum of Xi into marginal Px of Xi, and Ey is nothing but Y into Py of Yi. So from above table, it's always better you take the data because Px of X and Py of Y it will be required for our mean. So it's always better to write it. So I'll just represent it in a table form. So it is X, 1 and 5. When X was 1 and 5, P of X was 1 by 2, 1 by 2. So this is the first table which we require. Similarly, when you are calculating for Y, Y is given as minus 4, 2, 7, and P of Y is 3 by 8, 3 by 8 and 1 by 4. Please check the table. Y is minus 4, 1, 2, 7. X is 1 and 5. So whose corresponding values I have written as in the table. So it will be easy for you when you just compute it. Okay. So just make a table, or else you can use the reference table of your previous data. So now, as we know the formula of E of x is nothing but summation xi into px of x. So kindly multiply it and add it because it is summation. So it's 1 into 1 by 2 plus 5 into 1 by 2. So totally you will get 6 by 2, which is 3. That is expectation of x is 3. Similarly, expectation of y, which is summation yj into py of y. So we have the table, correspondingly multiply and add it. Same as what we do it in the probability distribution. So it's minus 4 into 3 by 8, 2 into 3 by 8 plus 7 into 1 by 4, whose value will be around 8 by 8, which is 1. Next comes the expectation of both x and y. So when it is both, so you will have two summations and 2xi yi, you can use small xi, yj. Similarly, p of xi yj will be considered. So what you have to do, check the table of x, y, pxi, py, and you have to carefully multiply it. That's it. So again I am going to rewrite the table so it will be easy for you to understand. So x was 1 and 5, px of x was 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. Similarly you can write it for y also. So y, which was minus 4, 2, 7, py of y is 3 by 8, 3 by 8 and 1 by 8. So once you know this table, it's always better to keep this table. So once we know this, the next step can be easier. So how will we write this? It is product of, so ex of y is equal to, take the product of x into y into p of y, right? X into y into p of y. So once you, it's better always to take the reference given question table also, because it is having product of them. So it is x into y. So if x is 1, y is minus 4, whose product value, that is px of x, is 1 by 8. Similarly, x is 1, y is 2, whose probability is 1 by 4. So like that you need to keep adding the terms. So 1 into x is 1, y is 7, whose value of probability is 1 by 8. Similarly, x is 5, y is minus 4, whose probability is 1 by 4. Plus x is 5, y is 2, probability of x into y is 1 by 8 from the given question. So x is 5, y is 7 and whose probability is 1 by 8. Kindly multiply the terms and add it. So on doing the simplifications, you will be getting the value as 3 by 2. This is the expectation of x into y. Next comes the covariance of x and y. So the easy formula is e of xy minus e of x into e of y. E stands for the expectation, and all this data we have just now we have calculated and kept it. So e of x into y, x comma y is nothing but 3 by 2, and we have calculated e of x 3 and e of y has 1. You can just use this value to find the covariance of x and y. So kindly substitute those values. So it is 3 by 2 minus 3 into 1. So we'll get 3 by 2. Negative 3, because you'll get on LCM negative 3. So which is equal to minus 3 by 2 covariance of x comma y. So I hope you have understood how to what joint probability, and joint probability is nothing but probability having two variables into consideration. It is also called bivariate distribution also. Bi means two variables are considered. Previously we had studied only one variables, now we are connecting to the two variables. That is the only difference. Based on that we will be having marginal probability distribution. Expectation is again mean, covariance, and this is the easiest way to find the covariance when you know expectation value. So I hope this problem would have helped you to understand the basics of joint probability distribution. Meet you in the next video. Thank you.